Welcome to Orth Plays Champions of Krynn. When at last we left off, we were about to set out for our final mission from this outpost to investigate Sanction. No, not that outpost. Sanction must be... Yep, Sanction is here. Sounds delightful, doesn't it? Continues to sound delightful. Minotaurs are not nice in Dungeons and Dragons. Mercenaries control the streets. Yeah, this place is sounding almost worse than Naraka. Okay, journal entry 69 would be... Weary travelers, come to the best accommodations on Krynn. The Southern Sanction Inn is open for your business. We are located in the southeast corner of the city. The Dragon's Curse is open for business in the middle of Sanction. We have the best selection of drinks since Istar sank beneath the sea. Non-humans welcome. If you've got the money, we've got what you want. While our inventory had been decimated by the recent war, we are again open and offering the finest in magical items available. As always, if we don't have it, we will find it or make it. All we need is time and money. Gus Markin's Magic Shop! Located in the eastern central area of the city. We are the first door in the right, heading north from the inn. That was my error. It's not an error on the sign. It says we are the first door to the right, heading north from the inn. The sharpest, most durable weapons money can buy. Come to our smithy, located just north of the Southern Sanction Inn, and peruse our fine selections of blades, armor, arrows, darts, and anything else you could possibly need to equip your party. Reasonable rates! So, you think you've earned the right to advance to the next level? Horgathindorn's training hall has worked with the best. Come see us in the northeast corner and see if you've got what it takes. And that's all of that sign. Okay, so of those, which do we actually want to go to? Ah, another notice. Journal entry 64. Wanted, soldiers to wage the battle against the Salamnic usurpers of Krynn. 5 steel pieces when you sign up and a guaranteed 2 steel pieces a week until the end of the engagement. See the recruiting officer at the Southern Sanction Inn for details. Well, the dragon armies are apparently recruiting openly at the Southern Sanction Inn, since we're the quote-unquote Salamnic usurpers of Krynn. So, let's go there and see what happens. The headquarters for the evil troops is at the inn in the southeast corner of the city. Yeah, we kind of just got that. Ack. Drunk hostile Minotaurs. Well, no spellcasters. That's something. Minotaurs are easy to taunt. Not that mechanically they seem to be particularly easier or harder than most of the enemies we've encountered, but... Okay, they're being pretty easy to taunt, but not quite all of them got taunted. Come on, step into the cloud. Perfect. Almost perfect. That time. more of you, step up into the cloud. Their inability to react to the cloud makes it very effective against this group. But it appears that no more of them will be stepping into the cloud, unfortunately. Of course, they're nearly all gone now. But now the cloud fades with its usefulness at an end anyway. One Minotaur surrenders and thus lives to hopefully not start a drunken brawl for such a petty reason another day. They have battle axes and chainmail. Don't want those, no. This is probably the tavern, so let's just see what's in here. Ah. Okay, Tavern Tale number 48. Yeah, I went to see the guy. He said he didn't need tired old scum. The bleeperd said nobody who lives in Sanction is good enough for his army. He spread the word that professional soldiers are needed. Humph. Didn't I fight with Tanis and Caramon in the last war? Scum, he said. So, the Dragon Army recruiting officer in the Southern Sanctioning is apparently not actually taking recruits? That's potentially interesting. Those blasted Minotaurs have taken over the entire western section of town. The docks are almost completely under their control. Those that aren't are the pleasure boat docks that don't have any warehouses. How am I supposed to get my lumber into the city if I can't use the port? Things are going from bad to worse down here. I should have stayed in Jellic. Tavern Tale 32. A silver dragon. They say they loved each other, but how do you figure? What can a man and a dragon do? I don't know. I got sick and tired of all the moping about. It's a shame about Sir Carl, though. They say he was killed up north somewhere. He was an okay guy. Treated you right. Well, I mean, silver dragons can shapeshift, and Maya conspicuously did, so as far as what can a man and a dragon do. Every graveyard within 100 miles of this place has been looted. Graves left open, tombs cracked and broken. It's eerie. Funny thing, though, a lot of the valuable stuff has been left behind. Weapons and armor were gone, but any jewelry or other items of value that was buried along with them is still there. Another thing, some of these tombs look as if they were open from the inside. Well, that kind of points to something obvious, doesn't it? Oh, good time to remind everyone that my mission here is to investigate Sir Lebom. Also, there happens to be a monster list in the manual for this game. So, I'm sure Sir Lebum is nothing I've ever heard of and conspicuously not a Death Knight. The Shadow People are still around. They say they've got tunnels that run all around underneath the city. That captain that's trying to hire mercenaries is pumping people for information about the Shadow People and their tunnels. He's stupid, though. Nobody finds those tunnels if the Shadow People don't want them found. At least, if they're found, nobody returns to tell about it. Well, that will certainly involve me in some way. Tavern till number 48. The one about the recruiter at the Southern Sanction Inn not actually trying to recruit. This guy looks like they're looping now, so I'll leave. Wonder what that building is. Thieves' Guild is trying to prevent the city from being taken over by the Minotaurs. Well, that is a desirable goal, but considering they're robbing us, I do not think we will have a friendly relationship. The one at the north end of the hall is probably the one where the recruiter is, so that is exactly where I want to go. That and nowhere else. And oh, also, yeah, let's have some spells first. Gonna break it down. Again, note that in Krynn, a dark elf is an outcast elf, not a different race from the kind of elves that Dacia, Erix, and Laren are. Let's try and get information out of him. Sly. You guys don't even know what's going on. You've been Mirtani's tools and you don't even know why. Too bad. And then he attacks. Well, potentially interesting. Looks like all fighters except one elvish mage. Which would be him, of course. Well, I don't have any useful spells on Saristan. At least I can try to paralyze them all. And paralyze one of them. Let's see if Orth can do that any better. Also Laren, for that matter. We'll keep targeting the elvish mage, hopefully until one of us succeeds. Good. And yeah, I care way more about having successfully paralyzed the caster than about having not paralyzed anyone else with that casting. They're getting to the point where they have pretty good saves against hold person, I do note. Yeah, that might be the first time in the entire game that my hold person has failed to paralyze anyone at all. Also, Laren is carrying too much. Oh, right, time to taunt. And none of them are impressed by my taunting. Eric's also carrying too much. Wouldn't want that to have a chance of wearing off. Ah, crap. Alex is still slowed to 3. Eric's, Laren, and Lisa are all slowed to 3. I will actually just dump 500 steel pieces each, and if that does not, and possibly leave it there, because, yeah, I don't think I have that much use for, well, wait. Okay, good. For now, I can carry it all. Broadsword, shield, plate mail, It looks like the elvish mage was carrying a broadsword, shield, and plate mail, and also there's an extra suit of plate mail, so yeah. Definitely a time for detect magic. And the extra suit of plate mail is magic, nothing else. Okay, journal entry 16. The plan has to be carried out in stages. Stage 1, which is already complete, was to threaten various small areas to the north and get the good armies to begin a consolidation of their forces. We were fortunate to find a rather hapless party that we were able to use to pass the false information to their leaders. It was pure chance that they were sent after Caramon when he was captured in throttle. We couldn't have planned better for our purposes. We left clues behind to lead the group to Gargath, Jellic, and Naraka. This gave us time to complete our plans for the ambush at Sanction. Well, they seem willing enough to kill us when we fight, as far as I can tell, but if Mertani actively wanted us to come to Gargath after the Dragonlance, that might explain why he had such wimpy forces there. So, points for making a weird part of the game makes story sense, certainly, and so they have plans for an ambush at Sanction. And we have plans for, well, let's actually go to the magic shop and see if we can spend some of this excess steel. Because, yes, we are absolutely past any reasonable need to hoard money. A woman's scream coming from the northwest. We should definitely investigate that, too. Okay, so yes, what? No scrolls, but wands of magic missile. Also arrows +1. Is that? We do not have enough steel to buy even one wand of magic missiles. But we can cash in some of those gems once we've bought all the arrows we want. Which is a process that's going to take a little while, I'm afraid, because of the need to go into the inventory to merge them. Okay, that's enough for Laren, and those are weighting her down now. Oops. Well, actually, yeah, Laren can give a bunch of these to Eric's. Not that much of a bunch. How about this much of a bunch? Nope. Actually, if I didn't merge things for him first, then yeah, that would explain it. She can give him nothing like that. And she's still slowed. And still. Okay, now she can move, and so can Eric's. So. And that slows him down a little, but not completely. Ah. So yeah, I want to buy some more arrows. And that means cash in some more gems. Okay, that's as many arrows as I want her to carry. Jewelry is a lot more valuable than gems. And I should possibly be buying healing potions too, but meh, not going to. I have lots of healers and can usually rest relatively safely somewhere. Yeah, see, lots more than the steel. Than the gems, that is. And yeah, that's as many arrows as I want Orth to have. Oh, I can also sell this, potentially, yeah. And oh, I need to identify that. Plate mail +1. That is better than what Laren has. So, the elf recruiter's magic plate mail goes to our good elf wizard. One of our good elf wizards. We have lots of elf wizards. 3, to be exact. Will pay me nothing for the non-magical plate mail. Oh well. Now Saristan will buy magical arrows. Because why not? Oh, sorry, just realized I might be being unclear. What's impacted is that movement rate. Sarastan's is 6 because she's wearing Solemnic plate, so it can't be faster than that. If she goes over her encumbrance limit, it will drop to 3, which is as low as it can go. But since her encumbrance starts at, okay, if you're completely naked and unencumbered, your movement rate is 12. If you're wearing if you get somewhat encumbered, it drops to 9, then 6, and finally 3. If you're wearing Solemnic plate, that caps it at 6, but you can still carry just as much. So Saristan can carry as much of a load as would reduce her movement to 6 without the Solemnic plate, without it producing any noticeable change, because she's wearing Solemnic plate. And it will only be a concern for me if her movement rate drops to 3, which isn't too likely with her strength equivalent to, what kind of giant is that? Frost giant. Strength equivalent to a frost giant. So yeah, she has 250 magical arrows now, and now I will cash in some more of the jewelry because I also want to buy a single wand of magic missiles. And yeah, this is how much she can carry. Encumbrance 74.99 coin equivalent, which is a somewhat weird measurement of weight, but it's how D&D did it in these days. Okay, that is... Okay, she's not going to carry the Wand of Magic Missiles because she can't use it. So Eric's will. And then I also have 14 jewelry and 275 steel, which is fine and nowhere near encumbering anybody. And now that part's done, and we'll see why this woman is screaming. She is being dragged into the building ahead by a band of Minotaurs. Yeah, that sounds like a reason to scream, alright. This building? This building. Yeah, no dragging a woman in here. 4 Minotaurs. That's not very impressive. I shall tell them that they are not very impressive. Only half of them cared. Oh, moving diagonally costs 1.5 movement spaces, which in effect means that if your movement rate is 9 and you move diagonally twice, your movement rate will go down to 7 the first time and then 6 the second time, and so on if you keep moving diagonally. Like there, it went from 5 to 3, and now it will go from 3 to 2. Yep, like that. One Minotaur left. And surrendered with 1 hit point left. Just in time. Would probably have been killed, and I do mean killed, not just knocked out. Next round, if not. Okay, that did not. Rescue this woman. She in one of these rooms. She is in the cell to the south, and we're being attacked by more Minotaurs, who are in there with her. More than 4, too. 4, 5, 6, 6 Minotaurs. How they all fit in that cell is a mystery. And this time 5 of them could be taunted, with the only one who couldn't be being the one who happens to be in melee range of Lisa. And yeah, since they have no casters and aren't terrifying physical opponents, we'll be handling these entirely without magic. And yeah, time to start using those magical arrows. Since we do not have nearly enough room for all of us to attack them physically. I mean, in melee, obviously, shooting arrows is still pretty physical. Well, is it an alcove or a cell? At the end of the south pier, okay. this looks likely to be the south pair. Ah, good, it is. Ah, Lorna is the general of the good armies. The Golden General, they called her in the books. And I could editorialize about the quality of the books, which I don't really have a high opinion of, but I don't want to sound too negative here. Just before the Temple of Duergast was closed, dead bodies were seen being carried into the arena in the temple's northwest corner. There were hundreds of them. It has been discovered that the Death Knight, Sir Lebam, has taken over the temple and has gathered together the exhumed dead for miles around. There is no way that you can get into the temple through the front gates. You must get the Shadow People's support. They have tunnels that cross from the Temple of Huezid to the Temple of Duergast. She pulls out an amulet. This amulet will let you through a secret door. The Shadow People will find you once you enter Huezid. Apologies if you have strong opinions on the pronunciation of the word spelled Huerzyd, which I am going against. I am trying to pronounce it phonetically as best I can. First building to the south of the warehouse. Okay, southeast corner of the back room. And journal entry 19. The Dragonlance was a stroke of genius. With one small theft, we distracted them from the main threat and forced their attention on the recovery of the weapon. This became stage 2, since it fit so neatly with our plans. It allowed us to delay the original kidnapping of Sir Carol just long enough to gather many more bodies for Sir Lebam to work with. The implication is that Sir Lebam is animating the undead, not that that wasn't pretty clear when he told the prison lord that he needed bones uncrushed from the corpses he was getting. I'm guessing our best bet for avoiding conflict with Minotaurs, who consider themselves superior to all non-Minotaurs, is to be meek. Yep, it worked good. Once again. Okay, there's treasure here. I don't know that that was what I was expecting to find, but bracers and a necklace, definitely worth finding anyway. Okay, this does not look like the building I was supposed to go to. Just a second. Okay, let's actually check if the weapon shop has anything of interest to us. Yes, you got anything? Composite longbows. Well, those are definitely better for us than short bows. Nice. And nice, but not real useful to us. So yeah, that will definitely buy us composite longbows for everyone. Except Lisa. Lisa's still using the hoopack. And yet, with that much steel, I think I need to go back to the magic shop and see if I can get, well, potions of healing actually look like the best way to spend this money. Unfortunately, can't stack potions of healing, but can potentially use them, so that's something. Let's go to the Temple of Duragast. A bridge over a river of lava is guarded by Draconians. They don't want us going there. Well, we want to go where the Draconians don't want us going. Sivak Draconians and Capac Draconians. Definitely target the Capac Draconians first. And no spellcasters, so that's good. But being paralyzed by the Capacs would be not so good. They won't run into acid puddles that have been created from dying Capacs, so the remaining Capacs are currently kept off the front lines. Until that acid puddle clears, or one of the Sivaks dies, whichever comes first. And I use my new composite longbow for the first time. They have gems and steel. And the bridge has been destroyed, so no going there. We'll go to the temple later. And when I say later, I actually mean in the next video, because this one's kind of longish already. Let's check if we can train, though. Not yet. Don't need to fight Minotaurs, so won't. Secret entrance. Do I wish to go through it? Yes. So now we're in the Temple of Herzid. And that being the case, I will wrap up this video here. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.